To be free of all authority of your own and that of another is to die to everything of yesterday, so that your mind is always fresh, always young, innocent, full of vigor and passion. Jiddu Krishnamurti. Have you ever pulled into your driveway and realized you don't remember a single thing about the drive home? You were alert enough to make every turn, stop at red lights, and avoid accidents, but mentally, you weren't there. It's eerie, right? Like someone else took over the wheel. This strange experience actually has a name: highway hypnosis, and it reveals something profound about how we live our lives. We don't think of it often, but most of what we do every day is automatic. We're creatures of routine, brushing our teeth, taking the same route to work, making the same meals day in, day out. This isn't laziness. It's how our brains are wired. They crave efficiency, repetition, habits, but there's a cost to this convenience. You see, when you're fully aware, time feels slower, richer. Every moment expands, but when life is predictable, when your days are loops of yesterday, time contracts. Days blur into weeks, years vanish. This is why childhood felt endless. And adulthood, gone in a flash. As we age, we become experts in repetition. The world becomes familiar. We process less. We feel less. So here's the question: what separates a human being from a machine? One word: awareness, presence, being truly, fully here. But how do we reclaim that? The world tells us, form better habits, build routines, become more productive. And sure, healthy routines matter. They give structure, safety, predictability, but they can also become prisons. You can train a robot to eat well, exercise, even meditate, but it will never be alive. It will never feel. And the same thing happens to us when we live on autopilot. You become efficient, but you stop experiencing. Instead of building more routines, what if we focused on sensitivity? Not doing more, but feeling more? Here are 6 practices that can help you return to awareness, not as a goal, but as a natural state of being. 1. Ditch the caffeine. Caffeine isn't energy, it's borrowed energy. It blocks the signals that tell you to rest. When you remove caffeine, your body regains its rhythm. You don't force sleep, you don't fight fatigue, you listen. Since cutting it out, I've slept less, but rested deeper. Not because I forced myself into a schedule, but because I let my body speak. And for the first time, I heard it. 2. No alcohol or drugs. These substances dull the senses. They interfere with the brain's ability to feel, to process signals from the world. They promise relaxation, but steal awareness. When the senses are clouded, we misjudge, we disconnect. We forget what it means to be alert and alive. 3. Eliminate sugar and processed foods. The fuel we give our bodies matters. Highly processed foods and sugar trigger inflammation, dull our immune response, and alter brain chemistry. They hijack the reward system, flooding it with dopamine, numbing us to subtle pleasure, and making us chase artificial highs. They create cycles of craving and fatigue, noise, static, and awareness cannot exist in static. 4. Embrace fasting. Fasting isn't about weight loss, it's about clarity. When a tiger hasn't eaten in days, its senses sharpen. Its focus is pure. That's biology at work. Try going without food for 36 hours once a week. It's hard, yes, but what you gain is immeasurable. You stop eating out of habit. You taste again. You feel again. It's not deprivation, it's liberation. 5. Practice yoga. Yoga isn't just movement. It's awareness in motion. When I started practicing, I stopped getting injured, not because I became stronger, but because I became sensitive. You feel every small cue, every imbalance. You respond before injury happens. Yoga restores the lost dialogue between your mind and body. It gives you back your internal compass, and with it, you move through life with grace. 6. Slow down. How fast do you eat? Drink? Walk? Try this experiment. Double the time you spend on small daily tasks. Eat with your hands, walk barefoot, chew slowly, breathe deeply. The first time you do this, it will feel strange, But then you'll notice things, textures, smells, sounds. You'll find presence where there was once only speed, and in that slowness, life returns. Here's the paradox. Habits help us survive, but it's awareness that helps us live. Yes, routines offer comfort, but they can become cages. A life lived entirely by habit becomes rigid, predictable, fragile. When challenge arrives, and it will, only presence can face it. Habits rely on the past. Presence meets the now. You don't need to force healthy choices. With presence, you don't crave junk food. You feel the harm it causes. You don't have to push yourself to work out. You sense when your body wants to move. It's intuitive, effortless, but only if you're awake. And meditation? That's not something you schedule for 20 minutes a day. Meditation is what happens when there's silence, space, simplicity. It's not a task. It's a state of being. You don't do it. You fall into it. So are there good habits? Bad habits? Maybe that's the wrong question. Maybe the real question is, are you present? Because that's all there is.